Oh, hey girl, I wanted to do another reaction video in the bed and watch some videos together, and then meet me in the comments, right?
My hair used to never reach past my shoulders for years. No matter what I did, it felt like it just wouldn't grow. But now, after a lot of trial and error, I have waist-length hair. And it came down to these three main changes. First, I figured out my hair's porosity. Back then, I had low porosity hair, and I didn't realize that coconut oil and shea butter were too heavy for me. I also was avoiding shampooing, so my hair was full of buildup and couldn't absorb any moisture. So basically, my hair is breaking off at a rapid rate. Once I started clarifying more often and switched to lightweight products like grapeseed oil, my hair actually started retaining length. Number two, I stopped doing constant blowouts. I used to think blowouts were safer than straightening, but over time, they caused just as much damage. So my hair stayed stuck at shoulder length because I couldn't stop chasing the stretched look. Number three, finally, I stopped forcing products to work just because everyone else liked them. Like Shea Moisture's Jamaican Black Castor Oil leave-in conditioner, at the time it was way too thick for my hair type. It just sat on top and made my hair feel really heavy and somehow drier. Now that I'm high porosity from bleaching and dyeing, I can actually use a product like that and see results. But at the time I was trying to force something that just wasn't happening. And now that I use products that actually match my porosity, everything's changed. If you don't know yours yet, you can take the free porosity quiz on my page. It will help you avoid all the mistakes that kept me from growing my hair for years. Don't forget to follow for more hair tips.
So now that you've heard that, you've also heard the things that I've said. And if you haven't, make sure you check the course link in the description box below so you can dive deep and see that I've been telling you guys these things for over a decade now. But now Team Natural Skin,
I'm finally going in to straighten my afro for the first time in 8 years. I went all the way to Maryland to get my hair silk pressed, and that's what my hair looked like before. And this is me under the dryer with the conditioner in. And she gave me all these snacks and roses and stuff, which I really appreciated. And we got straight into blow drying after rinsing out all the conditioner, and it was getting really flat, as you can see. And this is what it looked like when it was halfway done. It was really shiny and was actually pretty long in my opinion. Please ignore my ends, they look really bad right there, but it'll get fixed soon. But we just kept blow drying and it looked really good in my opinion. I kind of thought that that's how a silk press was supposed to look, not the blowout part, but she sectioned it off like this and she got straight into straightening, which is easily the most satisfying part of this whole process. Straightening actually didn't take that long, but overall the whole process did take about 3 hours, which is pretty long for a hairstyle, but with how good it came out, it was totally worth the 3 hours. We initially thought it was going to take only about an hour and a half, maybe 2, so it took about double that, but it's worth it. And this is just the front. It looked really silky at this point. And here she's going in and trimming my ends because my ends did look really bad, like I said earlier. So with the trim, I think she cut off about half an inch, maybe a full inch. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a full inch. My hair looked really bad on the ends. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished result. By the way, I only kept this in for about 7 days. It's not permanent, so don't get worried. But you can check out the full video on my YouTube channel.
now, as you can see, somebody sent me this video. I'm not looking online like, oh my god, I can't stand Team Natural Girls. No, but I've been doing this for over a decade, and these are the women that you listen to. And women like this, I didn't mean to say this, women like me were telling you, hey, no, don't do that because your ends are going to be really broken. Now, most of you did not get a clear view of what her ends actually look like, but as somebody who did this for over a decade, I can assure you that her ends look terrible, and she cut a whole lot more than a half of an inch. I can guarantee you that. And this is what hair weathering looks like. So when you hear me say things, write it down. Don't take offense to it. We're going to keep unpacking these things. So I really want you to pay attention and think about the things that they've been telling you to do and what I've been telling you to do over the years, because these are the things that are going to make a really big difference. Because for over a decade, I have been the girl that everybody's been like, she don't know what she's talking about. Black women have shamed professional cosmetologists, anti-relaxer, and now you guys have shamed relaxers so much that now you're doing keratin treatments with formaldehyde that black cosmetologists never did. And in this next video, I'm going to explain why. Well, she's going to explain why.
It's just come to my attention that I'm seeing a new budding hair creator telling people to use this product every single time they wash their hair. That's absolutely insane to give such terrible advice, especially being that this product was designed by hairstylists for professional hairstylists. It even says it on the bottle, tested by hairstylists, not on animals, because they care about their product and who it's in the hands of. Using protein every time you wash your hair is going to damage your hair. It's going to make your hair brittle, lifeless, and you are going to be crying because you took the advice of someone who has a few followers on TikTok, but they did not take 1 minute, didn't put in 1 hour at any licensed cosmetology program to give you the advice that they're giving you. And if I seem a little passionate, it's because I am passionate about hair and people using the correct tools and products that are developed by people who also care. Don't listen to what everyone is saying, okay? That includes me. Listen to people who know what they're talking about, or who at least are getting the results that you want, and they telling the truth.
Now, I, for one, have been one of the most hated truth tellers when it comes to hair on YouTube, and it's still going on right now, but people are not being honest.
Are there
Let's
any
keep
smoothing
going.
treatments that are chemical free?
No.
Oh.
I've been doing hair for, how long? It's almost 20 years now. I'm getting old. Smoothing treatments came about from keratin treatments.
Okay.
Keratin treatments were the original, come from Brazil. Brazilian blowout is one, etc., etc. Those products contain high levels of formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a carcinogen. Formaldehyde does cause cancer when, I don't know what level of exposure, I have not researched that degree, but it is a carcinogen. And I can't remember if it was the FDA or the EPA went into these salons and they found out people were sitting in high levels of formaldehyde gas. The ingredient they were using before was formalin. That is definitely formaldehyde. What smoothing treatments are, they found a different chemical. It is a chemical.
Okay.
And it's most of the time they use is called glyoxyloyal carbocysteine. So you'll hear people say, oh, it's an amino acid based treatment.
I've heard that, yes.
Yes, it does have amino acids in it, but this particular glyoxyloyal carbocysteine is a derivative, meaning it comes from formaldehyde. And if you heat it up to a certain temperature, it releases formaldehyde.
What's the temperature?
Ooh, it depends on the product. From the classes that I've taken, normally it's 380, anywhere between 380 and 400. But the ones that I've seen, I took Design Essentials class, I took a Brazilian Blowout class, I think I took a Care class, and Basic, which is out of business, but that was the best one ever. And most of the time it's 380 degrees. So if your stylist is using the iron at 410, 430, 450, that most people use their iron on, you're sitting in a cloud of formaldehyde. So it is definitely not chemical free.
Okay, so then why don't we just get relaxers?
People try to argue with me, relaxers cause cancer. I'm like, did you read a study from the NIH? No. And again, it's on the NIH website, National Institute of Health. And it says, in the paper, they note that several chemicals have been found in straighteners, such as parabens, bisphenol A, which is BPA, and metals and formaldehyde. Lye is not in the study. So when they were speaking of straighteners, they were talking about smoothing treatments, not 100% cream relaxer. And parabens is in your lotion, parabens is in your shampoo, it's in your conditioner. And if you look now, a lot of marketing, they're coming out with more phthalate-free, paraben-free products. But if you look at the study, because relaxers kind of started going out of style about 2009. And if these people were coming in and still getting fibroids, still getting different types of cancers and stuff like that, they were using these products back then too. Because as I stated, BPA was starting to be taken out of bottles. I think I want to say it's about 2015, might have been a little before that. But it was in water bottles. It was in baby bottles, BPA. But lye is not on this list. It's formaldehyde, parabens, and BPA. A lot of people are running from relaxer, thinking it causes cancer. And they're running to smoothing treatments and keratin treatments, which definitely can cause relaxer because they have formaldehyde-releasing ingredients. Look at your bottle. Not bisphenol A, glyoxyloyal carbocysteine, glyoxylic acid, not glycolic acid, glyoxylic acid, formalin, and methylene glycol. Those are the ingredients. And if your stylist is using, ask your stylist what temperature they're using the iron on. If they're using 450,
That's the question right
sitting
there.
in a cloud of formaldehyde. Double check, and you can go online very easily. You Google everything else. I know I Google everything. And ask, what temperature should the iron be used on for my smoothing treatment to not release formaldehyde? And I just read a study not long ago. Even if it's at the 380, it releases a lower level of formaldehyde.
So you're still getting some exposure to
Yes.
Wow.
So we're running from one thing we think causes cancer, which was not cited in the study at all. Lye is not a carcinogen. And we're running to something that has it has formaldehyde releasing ingredients.
So then what are the dangers of relaxers?
Dangers? You
So
can
if it doesn't cause cancer, what's wrong with it?
you can get a chemical burn.
Yes, we've all got
Now
at least one.
it's caustic. Caustic does not mean a carcinogen. Caustic just means it can burn your skin.
Okay.
Carcinogen means it can cause cancer. You can get a chemical burn from it, and if you don't take care of your hair, it can cause major breakage from overprocessing and not doing it properly or doing it too often. But okay, here's the thing with relaxers. Relaxers are damaging to the hair because I don't want to mislead anybody in that. But if you know what you're doing, you control it. If that makes sense. So smoothing treatments are generally better, but they have pros and cons. The main con with the smoothing treatment, my issue, is that most people don't take classes to know that you shouldn't raise the temperature over a certain level, and they're trying to avoid relaxer by getting the smoothing treatment to avoid cancer by not getting a relaxer, so they get the smoothing treatment, but then the smoothing treatment can possibly be causing you cancer because you're sitting in formaldehyde.
So I'm getting a smoothing treatment. I understand it's a chemical now, but they're also saying that my hair will revert back. Like I will not lose my curl pattern. How accurate is that?
All the people I've ever seen get a smoothing treatment, white and black and Puerto Rican, Spanish. I've been in lots of, I used to work in mainly white salons, so I've seen black and white salons. Your curl does not revert back to the original curl. Now, you will still have some curl.
Yes.
You can't have a lot of curl depending on how often you straighten your hair. But to say
your hair is gonna go back to its 100. It's like they speak about the chemical as if it slowly dissipates and it leaves your hair and then it goes back to its whole natural glorious form. I have not seen that. Maybe you have. Now, some people do use those treatments to just loosen the curl and make the hair softer, and maybe they don't straighten, because that became a thing. At first, everybody just wanted straight hair. But later what they started doing, they would put it on and they would still wear their hair curly. They just wanted it to be more manageable. So for that, maybe, because you're not, you know, putting heat on your hair. So I can see that happening. But if you're straightening your hair with a smoothing treatment, I've never seen it. I'm not saying it's not possible. I've just never seen it.
How can you argue with that? Just straightening your hair, just say you're 100% natural and you put excessive heat on your hair, it's going to alter your curls. So if you got a chemical and you're putting excessive heat, there's nothing to argue about. Like, that's... Okay, so to tie it all together, you're natural and you want to make your hair a little bit more manageable.
Alright.
So that can be achieved with a relaxer by not putting it on for a long time, like not processing it.
Texturizer, yes.
And then it could be achieved with the smoothing treatment.
True.
Which one would you recommend to your client? Because you can get the same result from both things. Which one would you recommend?
So if they want to wear their hair curly, a more uniform curl pattern, I go texturizer. If they want to wear it for humidity resistance and they want to wear their hair straight, I'll do the smoothing treatment. And less than the 400 degrees, so we're not sitting in a cloud of formaldehyde, because they do contain chemicals. Smoothing treatments contain chemicals. Dioxylylcarbocysteine is a chemical. Formalin is a chemical. Formaldehyde is a chemical. What's the other one they use? Methylene glycol. So if your stylist is telling you your smoothing treatment doesn't contain chemicals, get the bottle and read it. You can see it right on the back. It tells you everything that's in it. Or look it up. Just find out which one they're using and you can look it up online.
Wow. Okay. I think that's everything I needed today.
All right. Don't throw too many stones at me now. I'm just...
Throw them at me.
No.
Now, this is the thing. Once again, it's so amazing to see professional cosmetologists that have been doing this for decades speak on it. But the truth of the matter is, most cosmetologists that have been doing this for decades don't want to have this conversation. Just like the same type of passion you heard in my voice is the same exact passion that you heard in the lady that was talking about that one hair product, right? But when you hear the passion in our voice, it'll be like, oh, she's always mad. Oh, she's always angry, where in reality we love what we do. We love hair. So it is offensive to see women and men who have not spent or put in the amount of time that we put in just come in and spread all of this false information. And at the end of the day, when all is said and done and when the chips fall, the women who told y'all to leave cosmetologists and to put all this stuff in your hair and do all this mess, guess where they are now? Back in the chair of the professional cosmetologist that you all demonized. Now, it may make some people feel like offended, right? You're like, what? Why is she being so rude? Why is she being so mean? Put yourself in my shoes. How would you feel, right? Going to cosmetology school at the age of 18, and in your mind, you're like, I'm going to be the master cosmetologist, scientist, and transform Black women because people are making them think XYZ. And then you get online and you're in shock about the way that the same exact women that you've spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to help are attacking you. So now, here we go in 2025, right? Not only have I proven this to you, right? I've given you tools and practices and patterns to put in place. And there are thousands upon thousands of women that have done these things that I tell you to do and are getting results, right? I want you to pay attention to the woman that was in her chair. She has long, beautiful hair. She didn't get it from putting aloe in her hair every 5 minutes. She did it. You know what she does? When she goes in to see her cosmetologist, she pays attention. If you listen to what she says in their other previous video, she tells her, hey, I'm keeping up with my trims. Yes, she does 2-strand twists, but she doesn't put 2-strand twists across her entire head. She may have 10 of them in her head, and it's just a placeholder. It is not something that she necessarily is wearing as a style. It's just a way that she keeps her hair out of the way so she can retain length the same way this guru did. Okay, I don't post a whole lot of receipts. I'm going to get better with doing that, but here's one. The picture with her hair curly is how she started, and the other picture, she told me, I know, girl, I'm sorry about the meat mug, but she had just got out the shower and was like, oh yeah, let me take this picture for seeing real quick, and then here we go. So I need y'all to understand, when I'm making these videos, I promise you, I'm not on here trying to embarrass anyone or be combative or anything like that. But for these next couple of videos that you're going to see over the next month or so, they're going to be really heavy. But I need you to understand, it's not coming from, oh, me being messy or anything like that. If we could just have a transparent moment, if you're still here at this point, then obviously we go together. And it's really, I think the hardest part is that it feels like you're still muffled as a cosmetologist, and this is what I mean by that. Over the last 2-3 decades, let's say 2 decades, right, cosmetologists have been dealing with the team natural stuff. There are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of cosmetologists that have left the field for all of the things that all of the women are now admitting to, right? But nobody's being accountable. Nobody's getting online and being like, hey, I did kind of ruined the industry by saying things I thought I was right, but I really didn't know what I was doing. And cosmetologists, I apologize. Now that I'm coming back to your chairs, I apologize. And XYZ, nobody's doing that. Everybody's popping up. Guess what I've learned? I've learned that porosity, and then they're just repeating all of the things that cosmetologists like me have been saying for decades but getting attacked for. They're just repeating them, but they're not repeating them saying, hey, this is what I learned from cosmetologists that I should have been listening to, that you guys should go listen to now. They're like, this is what I learned. In my next video, I am going to prove to you there is no such thing legally and professionally as a natural hair practitioner. That's something that they made up. So in the video that's coming tomorrow or later on today, I'm going to give you a full visual breakdown of this track and how things have went. Black women fought to do hair without a license over freaking 20-30 years ago, right? And so you can do hair with the braider's license, and with that braider's license, you're not allowed to shampoo hair. You're not even allowed to shampoo hair. You're not allowed to blow dry hair. So y'all think that they're doing something so amazing because they're not using blow dryers and things of that nature. They're not allowed to use blow dryers. Some of them still do, because where is state board really for real? But these are the things that y'all don't know. These are the things that are hidden behind the scenes. So if you have a braider's license, right? And mind you, in the state of Nevada, to get a braider's license, all you have to do is go sit down and watch a video for about 20-30 minutes and then answer a couple of questions, and it's all about sanitation. Just about sanitation. That's it. So you're not passing diseases with combs and brushes. That's it. And you get tested on the things that you're not able to do. This is all public record. Go Google it for yourself. Okay. And after these women were licensed braiders, they go into hair salons and they're like, I'm a natural practitioner, because you can call yourself that. And guess what? There's nothing anybody can do about it. If they mess your hair up, if they make you go bald, there is nobody to report it to. You know why? Because state board does not regulate team natural practitioners, because it's not a real profession. They made it up. Absolutely. Did they make it up? Yes. But is it respected to a point where you can feel like, okay, if something goes wrong, who are they accountable to? Because as a licensed cosmetologist, a licensed hairstylist, a licensed barber, a licensed esthetician, we are all accountable to the state board, just like your doctor is held accountable by the doctor's board. Like all of the things, everybody's held accountable. But for whatever reason, if you braid hair, or if you do team natural, there's nobody to hold you accountable except for women like me. So when you see me not making videos as much, it's not because, oh, I just don't want to make videos anymore. It's because This is the passion of my life, and I have extended it outside of YouTube so that I won't fall out of love with this part of the passion of hair, right? But again, even though I know you guys like the way my channel is moving with me doing reaction videos, the reaction videos are still going to be primarily based around hair. I'll mix up a couple of other types of topics here and there, but the thing that I dislike the most about my community, and I'm saying my community and not the Black community because I don't want you to feel like I'm separating myself from it. The thing that I dislike the most about our community is our lack of accountability. We will destroy things. And once it's destroyed, once we know it's destroyed, instead of us saying, hey, it's me, Shalissa, I'm the one who messed up and I know I shouldn't have done this, but I did, and this is what it is. Instead of that, now every time somebody like me posts a video holding them accountable, our videos are flagged and we're not able to post them. Y'all have no idea how many videos I went to put up, and before I could make it public, I'm getting all types of disputes because the women who put the content out there, they don't want to be held accountable. And you guys aren't holding them accountable, and that's fine, right? But as you unlock doors and as you begin to search, right, for the things that are going to make your hair grow, for the things that are going to fix your hair, for the things that are make it easier for you to find professional cosmetologists, you have to hold the people who led you here accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable for the things that you've followed. Because great cosmetologists are still out here, and I'm going to prove it to you in the following days to come, but they are in hiding. I can promise you that. And I'm bringing them back out for you, but I have to fix this industry first, and the women who broke it have to be held accountable first, period. And that's just that on that. And hopefully everybody will be at a place where they can receive it. I'm not doing this for views. I do it because I keep an online track record. So it doesn't matter who says what 4 or 5 years from now, when everybody sees the reality of what it is, this video will exist. Right? And everybody will be held accountable. I have a memory card with over like 300, 400 videos that I'm putting together so you can see what professional cosmetologists have been dealing with and fighting against for decades, right? I take my hat off to every cosmetologist that stayed in the game. I take my hat off to every cosmetologist that came into the game, made it their own, regardless of what anybody else has to say. I take my hat off to you, and I need you to know that everything that I do is for you. I love this industry so much, and there are so many different ways that you can master the hair industry other than being behind the chair. I'm no longer behind the chair, but I will make it easier for my sisters that are. So if you want to be a part of the panel that I have coming up next month, well, the end of this month, if you want to be a part of the panel that is coming up in November, the end of November, then make sure you email me. I'm going to leave my email in the pinned comment and in the description box below, because I want a panel of professional cosmetologists. I love you. If you're a professional hairstylist, I love you too. Professional braiders, I love you too. But I need professional cosmetologists, right? And we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a discussion, and we're going to bring up some clients on stage so that way we can have these conversations, even the hard conversations like why y'all late, why y'all trifling, why some cosmetologists charge these ridiculous prices. We're going to have these conversations. But before we can have real conversations, and before you can hold all of these cosmetologists accountable like I will do, you need to start holding these women who broke this industry accountable. Because every time I get on YouTube, it makes me really not want to be on YouTube. Because every time you turn it on now, they're like, oh, porosity. Oh, don't leave your hair wet. Oh, don't sleep in conditioner. And they're acting like they figured it out. Oh, natural hair practitioner. Now, the women who told y'all F cosmetologists are now in cosmetology school. Okay? These are the things that I want you to pay attention to. Know that I come in love. Know that I come in peace. Know that I'm not being disrespectful. But I hope that the videos that I let you see of the other cosmetologists that sound just as passionate as I did, she was not angry. I am not angry. I love this industry. I love what I do with a passion, and I will not let you guys continue to destroy it. And the ones that have already destroyed it, you will be held accountable for your actions. I hope that before this whole full, like 3-hour long movie, it's not a video, movie that's going to be released, I hope you guys come up to the forefront and hold yourself accountable. Because the women who hold themselves accountable, I won't even add you. I won't even add you to the documentary. And if I do, I'll make sure that I put the portion in there where you're like, yeah, I messed up, but this is what we're going to do now. No, I'm not a professional. No, I haven't spent any time in school. Yes, all I'm doing is picking up a computer or picking up a phone and recording a video on TikTok, but I am not a professional, and you should not listen to me. I do not know what I'm talking about. So let's see how many people will do that. And let me know in the comments what you are looking to see now. And I am literally begging you, if you are here right now and you're still listening to the sound of my voice, I really need you to have an accountability moment with me in the comments, just so I know I'm not speaking to myself, or just so I know, like, hey, Cyn, forget this channel altogether and go on your other channel and talk to them over there, because these women, they don't care nothing about moving forward. And if that's what it is, it's okay. I love you and I respect you. I don't want to talk to you about this if you don't want to talk about it, but let's talk in the comments. Bye.